Oi, lads. Can you perfectly predict the standard meta after one day of set release? Mono white, mono green, Geist, Clerics, and a liar deck with like extremely cheap cards, you know? Like 1 and 2 mana Andy. That's my predictions. No Epiphany, no Is It Dragons, no Sultai, no Bant, no Grixis, no Esper, none of that shit. Party maybe, I mean that sounds like a good meta for party, no cap. If that is the meta, then party can definitely be a thing. Mono red maybe, mono red maybe. There's just, the problem is man, there's no reason to cast a spell that's not a creature. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, Thalia completely changes the entire meta by herself. Especially when you combine her with, like, Spellbinder and stuff too. You like taxes and you like prison? Thalia's good for me. I like Thalia, man. When she's on my side of the battlefield, which she is sometimes. When she's on the opponent's side, though, she's a bish. Let me tell you that. Mono green is definitely worse than it was. Yeah, this is my this is the imported the deck from Scryfall lands. Oops, I need to change those. I would say that until proven otherwise, mono white is like a tier ahead of every other deck. There are some other good decks, of course, but you should definitely be starting your Crimson Vow life under the assumption that mono white is the only good deck, and then we will progress from there. Yellow Hat made a solid vampire deck. No, he didn't. I was watching him, man. I think you mean he played a vampire deck and won some of his games. But that's two very different things. I can guarantee you that even the Mr. Yellow Watt himself, if he had an event this weekend, he will not be playing vampires.
Our fire must not escape.
You'll make one of the next tier 1 decks. Hey, give it a go, man. Honestly, I think Geist has the best chance. He wasn't overly impressed. I mean, the card quality is just too low, and you're playing a 2-color deck, right? It's just like... Excuse me. We knew vampires would be bad before the set came out, guys. Like, it's not gonna... The fact that Magic the Gathering Hall of Famer Gabriel Nassif won 3 out of his 5 matches doesn't change that fact.
Almost 1 year. Pog.
For the sake of all innocence, my will must. You fight for me now.
I don't really know like what direction you're supposed to go in, man. I feel like Clerics and Geist both should be good. You want to play like you're not gonna be able to have like a linear aggro creature deck that's better than mono white. But that's obviously impossible. I mean, the cards are too strong, too efficient. The other cards simply don't exist. But you can't really play non-creatures because of Thalia, so you need to play a different type of creature deck. So that's why I think like something like Clerics, something like Geist could be well positioned in the metas. Wait, this thing doesn't have Death Touch? Bruv, what? But Planeswalkers are just so fucking bad, man.
We 32 we love you dearly we.
Joshua? How you doing, man? Would be kinda nuts if it had Death Touch. I mean, it might be a playable card if it had Death Touch, maybe. I mean, honestly, Thalia's kind of good against mono green. Can trim Spellbinder, I guess. Can I please have a Voice of the Blessed? I would like to make a 12/12 indestructible flyer. Okay, chat. Anybody pogging? This thing has to be good against mono green. The Sacred Fire deck? I was thinking about maybe trying like a Boros burn deck. Chandra, Scalds, and stuff. But then I remembered Thalia. But at least a burn deck can remove Thalia like incredibly consistently for only 2 mana, right? You have like Frostbite, you have Play with Fire. You're not really getting fucked by her, which is good. What kind of card would we need to keep mono white in check in the meta? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Mayhem Devil? Bring him back, baby. Bring Daddy back. Haven't you noticed, guys, that mono white is so strong that all of the mono white gamers have started adding like basic forests to their deck just to decrease their win rate. Because they're just so bored of winning. The deck is insane. That was that was two good loyal doggos there. Yeah. Alright, how do you feel about this take? No person should be allowed to have 2 or more dogs. You should be allowed to have a maximum of 1 dog. If you own more than 1 dog, aka 2 or more, you should have them all taken away from you for being disrespectful to each individual dog. Like, every time you add another dog to the family, you basically shit on the ones that you've already got. Human beings cannot give proper care and attention to more than 1 dog. Like, it should be 1 dog max. It's unfair to dog number 1 if you go and get a dog number 2. Deal with it. Deal with the facts. As long as it has 4 or more counters, it has flying and vigilance. Okay. Chat, you ready for 2 mana 6/6? Ooh, blockies, huh? Nice 4-drop, mate. I'll see you in game 3. So, given the fact that we're playing against Mono White Splash Neverwinter Dryad, anybody willing to explain to me why the Meathook Massacre is still in the sideboard? I know why they're playing green now. They're playing around the Parasitic Grasp. They were fed up of getting farmed by easier to cast common Lightning Helix. I see it now. Does game 3 will have Chariot Ren again? Yeah, they could do, yeah. How's the new set like? It's fun so far, man. Seems like the greed piles are kinda locked out though. Well, don't really see how we win without casting these. Therefore, I don't need the Nagadeems. This is my hand. That's why I'm a god gamer, chat. That is exactly why I am a god gamer. 2 mana 2/2 in the 2 mana 4/4 meta? You've got to be joking. You're kidding, Uminaga. Two mana 6/6 flyer coming through it. That's good games. You see what I mean? Like that. This is the type of card that you play to beat a Thalia deck, right? 2 mana 6/6 flyers. You don't beat Thalia by taking an extra turn. You beat Thalia by making it block your creature that's bigger. You make it block a Willow Geist. You make it block a 2 mana 6/6 guy. Okay, we're kind of going off again here. Just need to find some creatures, man. Shadow's Verdict seems a way to go in this meta. What? Shadow's Verdict? But did Shadow's Verdict cost 8 mana? 5 plus 1 from Thalia plus 2 from Spellbinder? 8 mana Shadow's Verdict seems bad. You could make it cost 10 with Aridania. Yeah, I should have attacked first. The mana 3/3 is this mono green. I mean, the Voice of the Blessed is like incredible card, obviously. Okay, I mean, we've got 2 Vanish and Verse in our hands, so hopefully our opponent's playing the dragon version and not the no creature version. I mean, if they're playing the no creature version, then we're probably gonna lose, right? Because we've mulled to 5 in that case. When another creature you control dies, damn. Okay, so they're playing the no creature version, so that's an Eller. It's a big L's. Is it? Yeah, I mean that. This deck stands no chance in the meta to survive. Like zero, there's absolutely no way, as it turns. We'll live to see another day. Does Spellbinder work with Foretell? Yeah, they can't foretell it, so you should prioritize taking the foretell cards. Even like, yeah, they can bounce my thing now. Like I could attack divided by 0, but taking the foretell cards is just so good, isn't it? Think it's better Cleric or Party? I'm not sure, man. Probably Clerics, right? Party is a little bit one-dimensional, I would say. A little bit more one-dimensional than you want it to be, anyway. Party is good, though. Party is great against other creature decks, right? Or at least other creature decks that are just playing stuff and attacking you. So, like, Party's good against mono white and mono green. It's not very good against Clerics. It's probably terrible against Geist too, but and I don't think Party got any new cards, right? Which is why I'm not too interested in trying it right now. I'm sure we'll try Party at some point during the life cycle of the set, though. I could play Voice of the Blessed and sack the Spellbinder, get another Aura out. Aura's pretty good against the board wipes, but so is Angel of Destiny, right? Angel of Destiny doesn't even die to that thing, so it's whatever. Too bad Thalia isn't a Cleric. Too bad Thalia isn't a Cleric, indeed. Okay, opponent attacked for 7. That's a legal play. Illegal play, illegal play. Okay. We are going to we're going to 22. Angel of Scuff. I think the Angel of Destiny's good, man. The Angel of Destiny is very good in this matchup, right? Because it gets you enough life that you're not actually dying to their extra turns. Like, if you don't die to the extra turns, right? Like, in reality, all they've done is make 4 1/1s and deal some damage. But it actually negates their extra turns to some extent. I think it's surprisingly sick in the matchup. It's also, like, impossible for them to remove. They can't kill this. They just have to bounce it. Unless they want to use 2 removal spells, but then that's also fine. Alright, is it possible for me to get to... I'll just take an Aura, I guess. Order? What do you mean order? Order was fine. So they can't actually use their extra turns because it doesn't do anything. Is the Angel of Destiny just what, busted in the matchup, or what the hell's going on here? I mean, I would love to take credit for what I'm doing here, but I didn't even consider that that was the case. We just take Aura again, man. We have enough mana to verse Hall and pay the ward, but we will get got by Jawari Disruption. What is that? 7 plus 4, 11 mana? 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Rip. Rippies! Oh yeah, I should have played my guy pre-combat. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. Yeah, for me so far, Geist and Clerics seem like the two most likely decks to break into the meta. Vampires seem a little bit worse. Spirits seem significantly worse. Their opponent it just isn't even taking their extra turns because it doesn't do anything. It's crazy. So if I attack with the manland, it's possibly lethal. Waiting for Battle Saga for extra turn. Double removal spell. I'll take an aura. Hello, can I please deal 3 damage? Is Graveyard Hit any good against Clerics? I don't know if you want to play, like, Lantern against Clerics, but, like, Trespasser and Prowler seem good, right? Like the incidental life gain. Okay, chat. Do we want to fetch another Angel of Destiny? Or do we want to fetch a Valkyrie? Go blank could be good, yeah, if it's not too slow.
I'm just another user, another Thalia abuser Sag.
There's also Tabarax, but Tabarax seems worse than just getting an aura, whatever. I mean, the Angel sets up lethal, right? Yeah, the Valkyrie doesn't really do anything, guys, because I haven't got any counters on my voice, so... the Valkyrie... just makes Spellbinder a 5-3, makes these guys a 4-4. It doesn't actually get anything out of range. It gets the Valkyrie herself out of range, but I mean the Angel's Destiny herself is also out of range too, right? What? Aren't they supposed to copy that twice? That seemed terrible. Is Geist and Cleric against mono white and mono green? Yeah, I think Geist and Cleric are good, man. They might not be the two most likely decks to break into the meta, but they definitely are the two most likely decks to break into the meta that I've seen so far. They're decks that are good against Thalia and they're good against other creatures. That seems to be what you're looking for at the moment. Yellow Watt was doing well with vampires. Yeah, well, that's the problem with winning games of Magic, isn't it? You've got to remember that Mr. Yellow Watt has won games of Magic before, therefore he's actually won so many games of Magic before that you just can't trust him, man. You cannot trust his results with any deck because they are better than yours. So it doesn't matter how well he does with any deck. It gives you no information about the power level. If Vampires becomes a meta deck, I will gift 100 subs to the chat. It's not gonna happen. If you all just play Vamps, it counts as meta? I mean, I guess so, yeah. I guess technically yes. Like how they banned the extra turn 2 years ago and now this shit. Guys, chill, man. Trust me, Is It Epiphany is actually an unplayable deck. You don't need to worry about it. Alright, our multi-5 didn't win. Badge. Dude, I'm so interested in these Angel of Destinies, man. I really think it might be good in the matchup. I feel like it's good, man. Maybe I'm just a goddamn fool, but I feel like it's good. It's not a Voice of the Blessed matchup. That's full show. I guess the Vanishing Verse does get better after sideboard, to be fair. It's not a Tabarax one, but Tabarax is like board wipe protection, right? I think Tabarax is fine. How'd Geist go yesterday? The Sultai version was disappointing, but we tried just a green-black version, which seemed absolutely sick, and we will be playing more of it today. Turns isn't all that threatening. I mean, Turns deck is just unplayable now because of Thalia, man. You don't need to worry about Is It Turns anymore, chat. But you're an Is It player? Well, I think you could still. I think you can still get away with playing the Dragons version, man. Just maybe with, instead of just playing the egg and the gold span, maybe add like one more creature as well, just to have a bit, be able to fight a little bit more. But I wouldn't count the Dragons version out yet. But just the hard like instant and sorcery version is just shit, isn't it? Or maybe you could play like Yes Guy with the Judge, or maybe you could play Grixis with the Sagimar Witch or something. I don't think the red-blue decks are going to be completely dead, but they are going to have to adapt a bit. And adapt with spells that don't get taxed by Thalia. So, this is creatures, right? Do I get to draw off of Tabarax if Tabarax also dies? I guess so. play Is It Dragons with eggs and no epiphanies. Yeah, it might end up being Is It Dragons, or maybe it might be time to go towards like like a Delver type deck instead. Something like that, I don't know. There will be a blue-red deck, but it won't be this no creatures take 10 turns, is it? There's absolutely no way. Is 0% chance that's the case. But it might be Delver, might be Dragons, who knows? Might be Grixis, might be Grixis with Witch, might be Jeskai with Judge, we'll see. But it's not this. Dude, I swear, the Angel of Destiny is like insane. It's actually 10 out of 10 in the matchup. It dodges the removal spells. It makes their extra turns irrelevant because you gain so much life that they don't threaten you at all. I can't believe it's good, but it's insane in the matchup. My mind is blown. Bottom Agadeems, I guess? One odd card Angel of Destiny is in a good way. Well, it's great against like mono white and mono green. I mean the reason why I didn't play it before is because I thought it would be terrible here. But seems like it's just good against Is It too. What's the 1 CMC black removal? Thirst, right? Bloodchief's Thirst? I hope we draw like another creature that we can play instead of Tabarax. If I'm forced to play Tabarax, we've basically got to just hope they don't have a Prismari command. Okay, Spellbinder is great. Perfect. There's an instant. There's Lash of Malice is instant. There's a 1-mana black like vampire removal, right? -2/-2 or +2/+2 if it's onto a vampire. But that thing seems kind of scuffed. Okay, chat. We would like to draw a land. We'd like to draw a land for Tabarax plus Pyre activation. I love this Clerics deck, man. Oh, not a fucking tap land, you dumbass game. Now my aura get the tap land, man. We're gonna get Jawari'd, guys. Not like this. Woo, dodged it. Okay. It's fine. Everything about what just happened is acceptable. The opponent seems to enjoy waiting until combat to use their Fading Hopes. They have just drawn 4 cards, so having a removal is somewhat likely, so maybe even though Aura has lifelink, maybe we just use our Pyre pre-combat. Okay, well that's fine too. I'll take a land again. Okay. Paladin class, stopping the Jawari there. Pretty poggers. Order. Well, no. If I play the Angel pre-combat, the opponent will gain 3 life for no reason. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Alright, chat, I mean, we badly need the opponent to not have drawn an untapped land. Okay, we also kinda needed them to play the Liar, though. A spell with mana value 5 or greater? Okay. I'm just 1 mana off being able to do anything with my turn here. Yikes. Not being able to play or dude is a little scuffed. Surely you gaining an extra 3 isn't no reason. What exactly is the difference in your eyes between lifelink and creature dealing combat damage gains life? Okay, they play the tap land, which means their Liar is dead. That's a peppy laugh. You get both, do you? Are you sure? That sounds a bit weird. You do get both? Okay, well then I didn't know that. I did not know that. Can't read? What do you mean can't read? I can read. I think it is reasonable for me to think that I would not get life twice there. This intro is just so sick, man.
Morning.
Good morning, John. How's it going, mate? Why you don't use the lands? Well, because I had 8 mana, so I had a nice and efficient play the Tabaraks, pump the Paladin class, and then when I do eventually attack with the lands, it will be attacking it with double strike, which seems a little bit better, right? The unplayable turns? I mean, it is unplayable. Good thing we added Thalia to the deck after sideboard. Well, I mean, Clerics is not going to be good against turns, right? But you're not hating out the turns deck with the Clerics. You're taking advantage of mono white hating out turns by playing the Clerics, right? It's not our job to make the turns deck have 0% win rate. That's mono white's job. And then once people stop playing the turns, that's when you start winning with the Clerics, right? A lot of lands, man. I guess one of them is Agadeems, so it's okay. Opponent's playing Naya, huh? Doesn't surprise me that Naya's good. Fateful Absence. Uh-oh. You don't want to cast Fateful Absence when you've mulled. That is not something you want to be doing. Dude, I need to change the fucking... the land art is like triggering, mate. It's not gonna work out for you, opponent. Not really sure why you think it would, to be honest. First in, last out. Why pay 4 mana to cast Memory Deluge when you can just have your opponent give you one for free? So, I would be very surprised if they're playing Naya Werewolves. They're probably just playing Sentinel Magda Naya, but... So how many of the, like... How many of the creatures in Naya, like, just the good card creatures, are humans? Do we need to try Naya, actually? We're gonna try Naya after this game. Naya is a good... because Naya can just play Thalia, right? You just play Naya creatures and scouts. That is a deck that won tournaments during the height of the adventure meta. I'm just trying to think. So, Cathar, Thalia, Aspirant maybe, Spellbinder maybe. Man, we'll try it. I'd like to try the card at least. Okay, I've lowered the volume by 14%. Alright, give me a human. Give me a human to Helix, please. Yeah, so it's not werewolves, it's just... we'll try a similar deck to that after this game. It makes sense. Scouts, Thalia, Ranger class, etc. Seems like a friggin' good deck to me. Black. I'm willing to take 1 damage. The opponent is just holding up these fucking... these fateful absences, man. Okay, did I pass? I pass. I mean, that's just good, right? I would like to deal 3 damage to target human creature and gain 3 life. The opponent also spends 2 mana on a removal spell, but instead of gaining 3 life, they give me a card. And they give me another card. I just need to dodge a young Scalders here. Moonveil Regent. Yeah, that's kind of a Scalds. kind of a Scalds. Okay, so do we slam the Destiny? Or do we try and draw our removal here? I feel like you have to try and draw a removal, or the Regent goes ham, huh? And I mean ham. Slam it? No, I don't think it's that good here, man. Agadeem's very interesting. Looks like a young smasher here. Killing the aura, huh? Interesting choice, my friend. Interesting choice. I would like to cast Agadeem's Awakening for 4. That's decent. I mean, it's okay, yeah. I mean, we're in trouble if we don't find a way to remove this Regent. Lauren feels bad right now. I mean, the Angel's also bad, right? Because they've got a 6/6 dragon. Isn't this Sorin always bad? He seems kind of terrible, yeah. I mean, Planeswalkers in general are just pretty terrible, aren't they, when they cost that much mana? The Planeswalkers, unless your Planeswalker costs 3, it's just really bad, I think. There's only some, like, very rare exceptions. Like, Nissa, Teferi, but I mean, once you go past Nissa and Tef, you have to go back to, like, Jace 4 before there's another Planeswalker that costs more than 3 that's any good. Like, the rest are just terrible. Like, absolutely awful. I mean, this guy's kind of sick though. No! Dude, I'm one counter off of indestructible? One counter? Not like this. Not like this. Oh my god, man, you cannot be serious. I'm pissed. I'm pissed! Okay, I would like to top deck Cinderclasm, please. AKA Meat Took Massacre. Okay, the opponent is going face. We just win. I don't know. I don't think we win. Do we? 32-36. They need a removal spell?
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
No, we don't. This guy doesn't. This guy only has lifelink if it deals damage. But the opponent didn't block. They didn't block the one that's gaining 4. Okay, that's classic Mythic rank 1. It's just normal number 1 gameplay. We've confused them with off-meta cards, chat. Ecuador! Ecuador!